All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to you from Indianapolis SpeedWay, and the races are off the door. We're going out to start. Yo, we got BMS out front and the fast Wicks car, number 15, number 69 behind him with Painful Jimmy. We got DMC McCullough taking a fast start to the first two and the final three. Number 54 is coming around following him. Oh, we got one in the grass coming around turn two. All right, all together, it looks like a really good race today. We're going to see, we've got a long way to go, ladies and gentlemen, a long way to go. All righty. Blue Bayou is following up on the rear. Just holding back, seeing what's going to happen up front. A lot of wrecking can happen, a little bit of time. 15 still out front, holding a good lead, He's got 69 and 25 in hot pursuit, though. They're trying to make a pass for second and third place right now. Oh, he gets it. 25 gets it to the back of 69, and 25 goes to the wall. And back to the grass, comes out on the track, avoids any other damage. All right, good job, number 25. Oh, we got some front end damage on the car of, who is that right there? Bluegrass. Apparently he got into some contact with the wall earlier. Looks like right end damage. All right, race is coming together pretty nicely. Get an overall view from the front. Middle of the race here. This is Boss of the Sauce racing it. Coming around that corner. See how he holds that line. He's holding it pretty good. A little bit of a wobble there coming out of that corner, but other than that, should be fine. My announcer ass decided to take a break today, so it's just me in the booth today. So I apologize if there's any monotony and boredom. All right. So again, the roundup on the leaderboard. It's BMS, Painful Jimmy, and DMC McCullough. Apparently there was a caution called out on the track. I'm assuming the Amsterdam race. He pitted into the pits. All right, went into the pits. All right, let's see if this is a strategical situation right now. Let's see if he's got a plan for what's going to happen for the endurance of the race. All right, everybody else on the track seems to be getting a hold of things. We're all lining back up, ready to take off again. BMC's out front, followed by Painful Jimmy, followed by DMC, followed by Midland, and then you got number 76, which is Skillet, Blue Bayou, Boss Austin, and Blue Bayou. All right. I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, this is looking like a really grassy race right now. We have a lot of cars just taking the grassy route. We got to be a lot of beating and, a lot of beating and banging on here. Everybody's going to the pit. Everybody's going into the pit. Well, I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, for the first 2 or 3 laps around that race, it was really sketchy. I hope this is not going to be the endurance of the race here tonight. Let's hope they get it together before they actually step foot on the track. Right, they're coming out the pits. Painful Jimmy had an exceptionally long pit time. He was second place, and I'm assuming he's going to be coming out dead last at the moment. He was the last one out of the pits. All right, we're looking at the front hood view of Boss of the Sauce right now. Taking a gander at what the other people on the track got going through their heads. Let's see what they got going. All right, crowds on their feet as we go around the track. Go ahead and start the race, everybody. And they are off. Or not. I don't know how to gauge this. All right, we're coming around the final turn, getting ready to go over the line. Everybody's lining up. Crowds on their feet. And we're off, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody goes out and coming around turn one. Looks like number 15 is still out front. Followed by DMC McCullough. Then Midland. So your first three is going to be right up there, hanging together pretty good. Like it looks like they're running about the same amount of time, each one of them together. Let's see what they do around this first turn. Boss of the Sauce kind of laying off, taking it a little bit easy, watching to see what the rest of the track is going to be up to. Let's get Solo, the number, coming around the corner. Really having trouble holding that car straight on your line like that. They're coming around and getting closer and closer to the wall as it goes around. So it'll be interesting to see how the 4x wear plays a factor in that coming around the corners in the final turn laps of the race. Ooh, he got the contact with the wall coming around that corner. Gotta watch that. All right, other than that, everything else looks pretty much kosher. Let's go ahead and check on the other races in the game. We got Skillet coming at you now. Front hood view of his car. He looks pretty steady right now. Blue Bayou looks like he's already made an exit in the race. You see he had car trouble in the very beginning. BMS number 15 is still out front, holding it down, holding it down, holding it down. Followed by, who is he followed by? Who's number 15 followed by? I'm assuming that's Midland and DMC McCullough. DMC McCullough's looking really squirrely right here though, but he is making the pass on number 25. Coming around that corner, you gotta watch your RPM when you're throttle into that corner, because if you don't, you're gonna smack that wall and it's gonna hurt. Looks like we already had a couple of dink-dinks from Bluegrass from number 73. We got some right-in damage on the front of that car. Gotta watch them turns coming into all those turns. You gotta watch those turns. They're gonna really hurt if you hit them too many times. Midland coming around that corner, looking pretty good, but he gets passed by the number 54 as he makes contact with the wall. Oh, look at Painful Jimmy. We got Midland in the grass, back on the track. Oh, into the wall. BMS got a strong lead over the rest of the pack right now. Strong lead coming around that turn, looking like he really wants to win that $25 gift card. Ooh, you gotta watch that, Skillet. You gotta watch that, man. That turn will hit you every time, and it slows you down. Any reduction of speed is gonna cost you the race, especially in these pivotal laps. He has time to make up the lap. Downey said he has so far, but let's see if he can do it. With the spinning we got going on up front, it looks like it might be a possibility. Everybody's looking pretty good up here. Bluegrass trying to catch up with the rest of the pack. All right. DMS still holding a strong lead out front. Wicks car, number 15. All right. Followed by Painful Jimmy, who seems to always make his way up to the front of the race. Looking like it did last week at Richmond. You know, the lineup looks about the same. Hopefully this season won't be all of them. Oh, look at number 69, Painful Jimmy makes a pass on number 15 for the first time in the race. He took the lead, but can he hold on to it, ladies and gentlemen? Can he hold on to it? His car's looking really loose. You gotta be careful hitting those lines going out of them turns, because any hit on those bottom segways is going to be a reduction in speed that you cannot afford in these laps. He's holding on to it. Looks like we got a minute gain. I say minute. In the curves, it might be where he gets you, Painful Jimmy. Watch out for him. Watch out for him. Keep your eye on the rearview mirror. DMC McCullough going into the pits. So the standing is as is Painful Jimmy in number 1. BMS number 2. DMC McCullough was number 3, but he took a pit, so I'm assuming Midland is now 3rd. Followed by Bluegrass. Oh, my apologies. Followed by Boss of the Sauce. Okay, so it's Painful Jimmy, DMC McCullough, Painful Jimmy, BMS, Midland, Bluegrass, Boss of the Sauce, Solo, and then Skeleton. And I think Blue Bayou is already out of the race for car trouble, we described earlier. I'm seeing more and more damage on the front end of that car, front right end of that car from Bluegrass. He's having a hard time keeping it off that wall coming around the corners. Throttle control is everything coming around the corners. If you do hold on to it, it's going to hold on to you. That should make up for a mighty high pit time, though. That's going to cost you a lot of time when it only takes so long to get around this track. Ooh, got Midland into the wall. Number 25, watch that wall coming out of that turn. Gotta watch that wall coming out of that turn. Ooh, we got a lot of front end damage from Skeleton. Apparently we had a collision with the wall at some point in the race. Back up to the front, Painful Jimmy. Looks like he's holding on to it, howbeit ever so carefully. Followed by BMS, number 15. So it looks like the only two people that were really announcing in this race is Painful Jimmy and BMS, number 15. So, you know, we got Bluegrass and Amsterdam and Boss of the Sauce all holding together, but y'all need to get up to the front, ladies and gentlemen. Need up to the front. That's why we're going to get on the front hood camera of BMS real quick and see what he's looking like running the laps. He was first place for a long time. Forfeited his position. Painful Jimmy to see what happens on the exterior of this race. Looks like he's holding a pretty steady line. Pretty good RPMs on the rev. All right. Left the outside. On the curve, on the corner, coming into it really good. Coming out of it really good. Notice a little bit of sway, not too much. Good on tire wear. The more you hit that line, the more you cross over onto that other concrete, though, it's going to eat them tires up. Every little bit counts. Alright, so we got Painful Jimmy in first, BMS fast in number 2, and DMC McCullough in number 3. Everybody, except for everybody, including the leader, they're all spread out pretty far apart, so let's just see what we're going to be getting into. We've got a lot of front end damage on Skeleton's car. That's got to be wearing on the heat coming into that car. It's got to be running at least a little bit hot. You need to watch that. It's going to be a big factor coming into the last year. You want to push that car as hard as you can't really push it. And or it's already running hot. Let's go ahead and get a front hood view of Painful Jimmy since he's leading out front. Oh, we got Painful Jimmy coming into the front on 2 wheels. On 2 wheels. Ladies and gentlemen, pitting on 2 wheels. How about that? I would say Painful Jimmy's not only the fastest person right now in the lobby, he's also the most skilled coming in the pit on 2 wheels. I can honestly say, ladies and gentlemen, that's the first time that I've ever seen that. Oh, we got Blue Bayou with a lot of damage on the front of his car. Bluegrass is into the wall there, sideways for a little bit to the track. I'm assuming he has some either wall connection or he got into Boston or Amsterdam. We'll see what happens. All right, Painful Jimmy coming out of the pits. Painful Jimmy, number 69, coming out of the pit. Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is the man who went into the pit on 2 wheels. Let's see if he can exit just as stylish. Tell you, if I had to say, I'd probably bet on the fact that it looks like a little boat out there. You know what I'm saying? It drives fast, but good God, it is loose. Other than that, good racing for Painful Jimmy. Yeah, it seems we've had an equal amount of mistakes from everybody on the track tonight. It seems like we all didn't get a lot of practice in for this track. I commend them for their ability to make it as many laps as they have around the track without being too badly messed up, because I couldn't. That's why I'm commenting the race. Looking at the front hood view of Amsterdam, kind of hard to get a good view because you got so much crumpling on the hood. I'd say this, in any NASCAR race, it is pivotal that you not hit the wall or any other driver. It's just going to slow your race down phenomenally. Skellett looks like he's about ready to go to a tailgate party. Front end of his car looking like it's ready to bounce. And that's going to wear on your aerodynamics. It's going to hold you up in the turns. Actually, oh, it's looking like it's helping him though. So we'll see. I might retract that statement. I can honestly say that everybody in the race, at one point or another, has had or has front-end damage to their car. Some people more significantly than others. Call out the top damage getters today: Bluegrass, Amsterdam, Skellett, and Midland. Y'all are the top four damage getters to today's race. I didn't know that was a record that we were trying to set, but y'all set it nonetheless. I have to say, I gotta watch out for that wall. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Oh, also sauce with a bunch of damage on the front end of his car. Camera of Bluegrass right now, watching him do his race to see how he takes this third turn coming into the final stretch. All right, little unsteady. Yeah, if I was him, I honestly would take it a little, I would go in a little bit more middle-ish and come out so you're not coming out high on that wall and not dinking that wall, because that's really going to hurt you whenever you have no tire wear to hold on to that line that you're running. Watch this turn coming out. This turn is a monster of a turn. All right, we got Midland up front, hanging out with BMS. No, my bad. We got BMS out front, hanging out with himself, along with Painful Jimmy. Now, I honestly don't know at this point who is in what position. I'm assuming that Painful Jimmy and DMC and Midland are all in the position of 1, 2, and 3, but I can't see position. We're going to have to get that fixed out. That's a difficult calling right now. not being able to see position and placement on the track. So I apologize. But as it stands, BMS coming around the corner, taking it really nice around that corner. Bluegrass with a lot more damage to the front right side of his car. Boss of the Sauce with damage to the front end of his car. Skeleton with damage to the front end of his car. They all seem to have an equal amount of not knowing how to go around the corners without hitting the wall. And all them 1% races that we practice with, I tell you, they don't give you the definition and example of 4 times wear. They really don't. Damage on the front of Bluegrass' car. A lot of damage on the front of Bluegrass' car. And Skeleton still got a lot of damage on the front of his car. Seems to be holding a pretty straight line now, though. Skeleton really holding off on taking that corner really fast. He's had a lot of wall contact. I assume he's not wanting any more. I know for a fact how hard it is to hold that car around that corner. It's really hard. Stay away from that wall. BMX fast, number 15 is up front. Painful Jimmy's up front with BMS. And they look like they're running pretty clean. See, I've seen less damage on BMS as DMS in McCullough's car. So they seem to know what they're doing. As for the rest of you scrubs, I'm just kidding. But it looks like I'm not the only one who is indecent at Indianapolis Speedway. I'll tell you what would eliminate a lot of that is that extra swing is eliminating their ability. They're going back right and forth, back and forth on coming into that turn. You're not a semi-truck. You don't need to give it more turns to turn. There you go. That's holding the line. You feel yourself starting to slide, let off the gas and get back into it. You know what I'm saying? And steady that back into that car out instead of holding on to it and let it spin. Painful Jimmy out front, off fast by BMS 15, followed by DMC McCullough. Followed by Midland, followed by Bluegrass, followed by Amsterdam, Boston Sauce, Solo 3, and Skelly. Having a hard time holding on to it in that turn, coming out of that turn, looking a little squirrely, having trouble with the front of that car, moving back and forth. That's a lot of reduction in speed when you have to regain control of your car. I apologize for the intermittent silence. It's kind of hard to moderate a race whenever you only got one person in the studio. My help decided not to show up today. So, all right. So the top names we've heard tonight is Painful Jimmy, number 69, 15, BMS, and 15, and then DMC McCullough. Looks like either a caution or the race is over. I'm assuming it's a caution. Oh, nope. Yep, it's caution. All right. I'm back on the starting line. Painful Jimmy up front, followed by 15 of BMS. And then we got so 69 Painful Jimmy, 15 of BMS. We got DMC McCullough, followed by we got a little contact at turn one. Between Amsterdam and Boss Sauce, it looked like, or Bluegrass, one of the two. You got green cars, change the car color, can't tell who's who. Alright, Solo looking a little squirrely coming around that corner, a little squirrely. He's holding on to it a little bit tighter if he wants to keep it contention for this race. Oh, we got BMS closing in fast, trying to close in fast on Painful Jimmy. Really having a hard out race for 1 and 2 here. Camaro versus Mustang. Let's see who takes the win. My money's going to be on the Camaro, though. I'm going to be honest with you. Nothing against you, BMS. I just know Ford and how they make their stuff. I tell you, it's cold up here in the booth. We got some really good air conditioning going on right now. I know they wish they had that in the cars right now. You probably got a bucket of sweat they like to pour out, like take water out of a sinking boat. It is hot out there today, ladies and gentlemen. They got a lot of heat coming in through the front of that car. BMS trying really hard to close that gap on them straightaways. Having trouble holding on to it a little bit into the turn, but he looks like he's going to take it. Oh, and he's going to go around Painful Jimmy for the lead #1 spot, number 15 of BMS. All right, BMS 15 took the lead, followed by 69, which he just got overtook by DMC, falling back to 3rd place. Jimmy, what is going on with you, my man? Oh. BMS into the wall, falls back to 4th place. And in a surprising turn of events, DMC McCullough takes from 1st spot position, followed by Painful Jimmy. So we got DMC McCullough, Painful Jimmy, and Midland all lined up for the first, second, and third positions. Coming around them corners, looking really nice right now. Let's see how long they can hold on to that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got 1, 2, and 3. We got DMC, Painful Jimmy, and 15 number of Midland. First, second, and third positions with BMS. Oh, we got contact from 54 into Painful Jimmy. Painful Jimmy takes over the lead. BMS follows up and goes second behind after 54. Midland falls back to 4th position with a lot of front end damage on his car. Well, they have just been taking back and going back and forth between that first position today, ladies and gentlemen. Crowd is on their feet wondering who is going to take the win. Oh, we got number 54 with a hard right turn into the wall. We got Midland in 4th with Boss Sauce on his heels. No, my bad, Solo's on Midland's heels. Hard, riding close to that wall, doing everything they can to get as much speed to pass the person in front of them. Let's see if they can do it. We saw a lot of change up here today in today's race. Let's see if they can continue surprising the host and the speaker. BMS really trying hard to gain back position from Painful. Painful took off after that incident in turn 2. But it looks like ever so slightly he's catching up to him in the turns and the straightaways. Painful Jimmy has a contender. He needs to watch his rear view mirror. Make sure he handles that car extremely well. DMC McCullough is really far behind the 2 leaders right now, hoping to catch up on the straightaway. Burping it a little coming to that turn. Really unsteady coming into that turn though. A little bit of wall contact there, not too much. Painful Jimmy out front doing his thing in the number 69 Gatorade. Skillet hanging out in the back by itself, just having a little bit of fun, I assume, trying to figure the track and get it figured out. Bluegrass looking good coming around that corner. Midland, number 25, coming around the corner. Looking to really, oh, and wall contact coming out of that wall. He bounced off of it like a pinball, ladies and gentlemen. Amsterdam just taking it easy. I don't see any damage on this car yet. Let's see if he can hold on to that. It's a good thing about these races, ladies and gentlemen. You never can tell who is going to do what. It is always a surprise. Kind of like opening up a Christmas gift, not knowing what's in there. Sometimes you're happy, sometimes it's closed. All right, Painful Jimmy out front, followed by BMS, followed by DMC McCullough. Those three are followed by Midland in 4th position. Then we got Solo right behind him. We got Bluegrass, Amsterdam, Boss of the Sauce. Painful Jimmy looking like he really wants that win. Better watch out though, because he's got a contender right on his heels. BMS Fast 15, that's who that is. Everybody trying really hard to avoid them walls coming out of the turns. Everybody seems to be doing a decent job of avoiding that wall this second time around. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Painful Jimmy out front, 69, followed by BMS at number 15, followed by DMC McCullough, followed by Midland. Oh, we got a little wall contact from BMS, falling back a little bit. Number 69 is taking a big advantage over the others right now, ladies and gentlemen. Again, driving like he really wants that $25 gift card. DMC McCullough coming up fast on number 2's heels of BMS 15. Let's see if he can hold on to number 2 slots. I tell you, in these endurance races, you got to do everything you can. You got to block every block. Do everything you can to keep on to that lead. All right, he's playing with it, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of squirreliness out of BMS right there. Kind of caused McCullough to drop back a little ways. I don't see why he'd have any problem getting back up there to zoom, though. We'll come back to that in a minute. All right, Painful Jimmy. Ooh, Painful Jimmy into the wall coming around that turn. Got a little squirrely. You got a big lead, but you can lose it really quick doing too many of those, my friend. He's got a big advantage over the rest. Oh, into the wall, straight into the wall. A lot of damage on the right inside of that car. BMS number 15 coming up fast on his heels right now. Too many more of them wall dinks, and he's going to lose first position. He needs to watch out for that. That's going to really cost him if he keeps making those kind of mistakes. BMS looking to make a really big charge up here on the last 2 turns of this track. Let's see if he can do it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Painful Jimmy going to pit. BMS staying out on the track, seeing if he can take the lead and get an advantage of any sort. All right, number 54 coming out of pit. Look like when you have a couple people that need to go into pit, all the damage on the front of the car, it's a wonder that they're still on the track. Looks like Ball Sauce missed the pit altogether, had to do a U-turn and get back into the pit zone. So we got just about everybody out pitting right now, except for BMS and DMC. They're looking out to try to see if they can get any kind of lead over the leader who's been leading this race a lot of laps. Speaking of the leader, let's see what he's up to in the pits. He's still sitting there. All right, Painful Jimmy coming out of the pits. Let's see if he can get back on the track. Oh, he's oh. 54 coming around. He's been a contender of the race all day. Let's see if he can do something with that Napa know-how. BMS is finally into the pit. Looking like he's having a decent lap time, or a decent pit time. It's the only bad thing about these smaller tracks. The longer you stay in the pit, the more laps you're down whenever you come out of it. You gotta watch out for that, because it's hard to make up laps whenever you ain't got no time. Gotta pay attention to that in these longer laps. We're running too many of these short laps to get used to the time frame being our own. Painful Jimmy coming up fast on the back end of DMC McCullough. If I'm not mistaken, though, he really has to make up a lap to get contended for the race. DMC McCullough out in the front. Out in front, leading the pack. Let's see if he can hold on to it, ladies and gentlemen. Just want to let you know that the 400 at the Brickyard Big Machine Indianapolis SpeedWay race is brought to you by Gatorade, Wix, and Napa Know-How. I want to thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here today and for letting us bring these awesome machines out onto the racetrack. Talk about point standing. I think a couple of these drivers are honestly just to the point where they're going to want position points in the positioning. Because if you can finish at least second spot, you're going to have a decent amount of points to add up to the end of the season. That's what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. Have fun on the racetrack and see how many points you can add up to the tally at the end of the season. See who has the most and see who gets the major win. DMC doing a good job of holding on to the lead right now. Painful Jimmy is hot on his heels, though. Hot on his heels. Got some awesome racing in here at the 400 at the Brickyard. They've really let it live up to his name, though. Brickyard. Everybody's hit that wall at least once today. DMC driving like he really wants to keep that lead. He said, I ain't giving it up for no one. Of course, he is racing one of the sponsors of today's race. Let's snap him out. Let's see if Napa knows how to win. We get a little squirrely random turns, Got to hold on to it. I know your tire wear is going down, but you really got to hold on to it coming around the final stretches in this race. This is where it all comes down to making a difference of losing it or winning it right here, ladies and gentlemen. DMC McCullough driving like he really wants that win, ladies and gentlemen. Followed by Painful Jimmy, followed by BMS. First, second, and third positions. Let's see who's going to take that win today. I see a little dirt up there. Somebody got it in the grass. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and unless that's a caution, the unofficial results are going to be DMC McCullough, first place, followed by Painful Jimmy, followed by BMS 15. Unofficial results, that's your first, second, and third place positions. All right, that was a caution then. That was a caution. All right. Seems like we still got a lot of race to go. And I can't tell. We're going to do a switch over to the main party chat. Just get an idea if we're going to talk to the drivers. Here are the drivers. How are y'all doing today, ladies and gentlemen? Y'all doing all right on this racetrack? A lot of wall damage here.
I was trying to get away to be there painful.
We've had a lot of wall hits here, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of wall hits. I have to ask, who's in first place right now? Because it's hard to tell.
I think BMS.
Wow.
Sorry about that.
Position is lagging big.
Oh, it's lagging.
Yeah, it's been doing that all race.
I don't see them lagging up there.
Come on, Pops.
I don't know about that. Yeah, he was. I've been watching the whole race.
Got two
Oh,
cars.
shit.
Caution. Everybody's lagging.
Yeah, everybody. It started really lagging here in the very end. Not so much in the beginning, but it really started getting squirrely here in the end.
So,
Yeah, it's not the first time. Well, it's not the first time he's done that either. So.
I didn't push. No.
So we're slowing down at the line, or
so we doing a caution or what? Everybody's running off for me.
I'll answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. God damn.
Jimmy left. I saw that.
I
Yeah.
had to roll
BMS.
because of somebody's spin.
Yeah, it's all on YouTube too.
Boss, I'm going to tell you right now, Jimmy pushed him up against that
He
wall.
did.
There was no lag.
There wasn't a lag that did that. That wasn't the first time either. Yeah, I know. I've watched. You watch your YouTube. You'll hear me every time it happens. I comment on it.
There was no lag whatsoever.
No, it wasn't lag. Especially the first two times, it definitely wasn't lag. But see, it didn't lag on my screen. Like on my screen, it just went like he took you to the wall. The second time, it was definitely wasn't no lag. I didn't see nobody lagging that time.
Pit road's open.
I've seen a lot of that. I made there's a new record for race of the top 4 wreckers today in the wall.
He wasn't hitting.
Hey, BMS or it was either BMS or Painful coming to the pit with 2 wheels. I kid you not, on 2 wheels.
Somebody flipped going into the pits earlier.
I told him on the race commentary, I was like, yeah, apparently he's the fastest and the most stylish entering the pits.
Well, somebody hit me into the pits earlier, and I think I hit.
So it was there was a pile up in the pit, like I think at the end of the first stage, if there's stages or something. I don't know what it was. There's been a lot of cautions and shit. Y'all are all piled up there right now. Holy hell. But coming into that last turn, I can't remember if it was Boss or Solo. It was one of the green cars, but they all hit, kind of like bumped each other. It wasn't anything intentional. It didn't look like. But they just got a little squirrely coming around that.
Or what?
Gotta wait for everybody to get back up.
Bless you.
Man, I hope I'm not getting something from playing down there.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. 53 out of 80. Yeah.
Why are y'all doing so? So many left.
Hell yeah. Get everybody out of pits.